Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. What a day. So it's Saturday, right? There was snow, gray sky, minus 18, minus 27 with the wind chill. We got tons of snow. And I thought to myself, you know what? I am going to take this Nikkormat FT3 that I put Ilford Pan F Plus 50 in over a month ago when I first went to go on my trip to see my granddaughter and my son and daughter-in-law, and I never really shot it. So I thought I took a few photos with it. So I threw the Nikon 43 to 86 3.5 on there, the zoom that everybody loves to hate. I've done videos on this further back. I find really nothing wrong with this. In fact, I love this lens. Love this lens so much, I've got the newer upgraded model on its way as we speak. Because if you've ever used this lens and forget about what everybody calls down about it, you'll realize, oh my God, there's a reason why like a million of these things were sold, right? Like maybe I think 460 or some thousand of the older style, and then the rest of the newer style, or something like that. 500 or 600,000 of the older style. The it was originally designed and released, I believe, in 1963, and it was designed as a awesome range telephoto zoom, short telephoto, mid telephoto zoom that was affordable for everybody instead of big dollars, always big dollars. And that it was, and it still is today. Although I would say if you're going to buy one today, make sure you get one that is closer, the AI one that is closer to 1980, because it has the reworked optics inside and coatings and stuff. So the cost isn't going to be too much difference. Get the newer one. It's it's just, unless you really want to do the characteristics of this older one, which I have shot. I have shot a few videos in the past with this to show everybody that this is an awesome lens. And the thing with this lens is, the thing with this lens, so I've always, somebody mentioned, oh, get your fingers out of the way and show us the lens. So here we go. So this is the older lens. You can see I always have a yellow filter on. It's got the writing on the inside. The newer ones have the labeling and the writing on the outside. So I love this lens. The performance of this lens, how fast it focuses, the one-handed zoom and focus, is like it's just, this is a beautiful lens to use. And the build quality is second to none. There's one thing that everyone will tell you, the build quality of this lens. But if you're going to point it up in the sky at straight lines, you're going to get, back in 1963, you guys, 1960s, early 70s, you're going to get, especially with the zooms, you're going to get some bending and some barrel and some pin cushioning and distortion and stuff like that. But nobody really cared back then about that stuff. It's only a modern thing that everybody is having a super huge problem with this. Everything has to be good down to knocked 1, 2, clear all the way across, and it's like, really, that really, to me, okay, to me that isn't photography. Just to be fair to everybody, to the rest of the people that really matters, well, there you go. Gear matters, right? And the same people might tell you gear doesn't matter, but here they are. That gear matters. So, and we're going to do some videos on gear matters, because let me tell you this right now, today, gear matters, period. There's that statement, gear doesn't matter. is maybe something someone put out for beginner photographers to try to, you know, stop them from running out and buying better cameras and this and that, instead of learning how to use the camera you got first. I'm pretty sure that's where that originally came from, but it seemed to sheeple its way down through influencers, and I'm sorry if I'm using words like sheeple, but that's the era I'm from, and that's exactly what I see. I see one person doing something and saying something, and it's like sheep jumping off a cliff together, and the sad thing about that is they convince everybody that's a beginner in that of things that really aren't true. I've never seen the old masters ever mention that they had a horrible lens, so they just didn't use that, right? Uh, it had distortion, so I'm just not using that. It did things that I really didn't suit my needs, so I didn't use that. No, they used certain cameras, yes. They used certain systems, yes. They got used to that system and stuck with that system, yes. But not once did they mention that this lens has a pincushion effect. Oh my gosh, this lens has that. They shot for the gear they had. They knew their gear, right? And these are the masters that you see on Joe Ulysses' site, all the way through to the past, down into the late 1800s. And that's a great site to watch, Joel Ulysses. I really love watching his stuff. So I'm rambling on a bit, but I've got to talk because I screwed up loading this camera, and I was out doing photography, did 36 shots, and the film wasn't all the way on. And I thought for sure the winder was turning when I first loaded this so carefully a month and a half ago, but obviously I did something wrong, or maybe in transit it unhooked. I don't know. So I ended up now putting the Pan F50 Plus whole roll that's already wound right into the canister back into its plastic canister, marking it in the fridge, and I have a recovery tool, so we'll reuse that. So that's what happened with this today. I love this lens. I love it so much, using this lens, that I have the newest model of this lens coming. Now we're talking from 1963 all the way up to 1980. This lens ran. Yeah, the final 3 or 4 years, I think it was an AI version where they did some more coding and better optics inside, but basically the whole design, everything stayed the same. So if it was such a horrible lens, why would a company run it for almost 20 years, right? Like, you know, so everybody has to, you got to shoot your gear. Gear matters. So I decided, okay, so what am I going to do now for tomorrow? So this video actually is a video about tomorrow. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is going to be another gray day and cold. Because I got to shoot something. So I'm taking the Nikon F4. I call it the Italian Stallion. The Nikon F4. I'm taking it out with the Nikon AF Nikkor 35 to 135. It's a 3.5 to 4.5 lens. It's a push pull. Okay, let me tell you about the push pull. If you're shooting digital cameras, if you're using these push pulls a lot, your sensor's going to need cleaning, because you know it does air exchange, right? Suck blow, right? So you definitely have to do that. This is a totally awesome lens. This lens has a macro feature on it. This was the pinnacle of all lenses. Once they got to the AF, as far as I'm concerned, that's where great lenses stopped. They died right after that. The AIS, to me, are the absolute best. And basically they just added, you know, AF motors and stuff like that to this lens. And of course I'm showing the lens because I do have have one or two viewers that really want to see these lenses a lot more than just my hands, and they said something, and I'm actually glad they did, because so there it is right there. Beautiful lens, beautiful lens. What a very, very awesome lens for the street. Very, very awesome camera, right? This, and we're going to be putting it on matrix metering, so that as well, because this has one of the greatest matrix metering in the world, this camera here. So that's what we're setting it on. So we're going to do matrix metering, Ilford Pan F Plus, and I'm going to load it right now. So I don't have to load it for you tomorrow. So it'll just be a quick thing tomorrow. So basically we move the dial here, up, pop, door pops open, right? Should already have the film out, but of course not Dave, because I'm just a regular guy, right? I'm just a regular guy. And most photographers that are in it for the photography and not to show off or not to try to be big and famous and you know, I need to shoot wide open and stuff like that. They're just regular guys. And I'm pretty sure 90% of my subscribers and people that watch this, so in that goes, right? We push this down, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. We should just have to lay that film across like this. Close this, make sure this is down, turn it on. Ready to go. Done. We're loaded. So, see you tomorrow, you guys, with the results. And remember, this gear matters. This gear really matters. This gear matters to history. This gear matters a lot to me. This camera means a lot to me. This was one of the second camera my daughter helped buy for Christmas. She helps me buy a camera every Christmas. The Nikon FE was the first film camera she helped me buy. This was the second. They both came pretty much at the same time, actually, the same Christmas, because I snuck one in, right? There's videos in the back. So the way back, I got 450 videos. They're not in playlists, you guys. I got over 450 videos. You got to go on my channel, and you actually have to go search, because once I hit a certain plateau in 1 week, I don't get views anymore. Everything just goes flatline. And that might be the way the AI algorithm, whatever they call it, works. So I'm just telling you now, if you're still with me, there's over 450 videos on my channel. Please subscribe so you can see there's stuff all the way back. And I'm shooting cameras from the 1920s, 1930s back there. I'm shooting Nikon D300s, D500, D700, D810, all kinds of little mini cameras, all kinds of film cameras, old Kodak cameras, Boy Scout cameras, lots of Zeiss folders. All of that stuff is all way back there. Everything. Lenses that I'm the only one shooting. I'm the only one that had to pretty much take 3 or 4 to take apart and build one, because I do that. I take my stuff apart and build it. So, right. Gear matters. Gear matters. Gear always matters. Don't let anyone tell you gear doesn't matter, because it does. Gear matters. It's that's just a statement for, I'm pretty sure, like I said, someone made for beginners to keep them from running out and buying a bunch of gear instead of learning, right? And really, if we're avid photographers, we study the history of photography. We go back to a site like Joel Ulysses, like I said. We go back to sites like that, and we look at all the masters' work. His earlier posts, Joel Ulysses, are really no talking at all. They're basically slideshows with just a biography, a written biography, which he's evolved into more of a vocal biography of the photographers, and you get to see them all, right? So that's what really the food we really need as photographers to go see. Don't copy. Find your own style. You can try everybody's style to search for what style you like, but please make your own blend. Don't just go out and copy somebody. And don't let anyone tell you, oh, this guy did that, or this is that guy's style. This is this you know, it's been done before. It's going to be almost impossible for you to take a photo of something that someone already hasn't done. So don't get discouraged by people telling you that stuff neither. You're obviously not that person, you're copying that person, but you need to really learn the history of photography in your own view on basically slideshows and stuff, and then hearing some biography of these older photographers. Um, Other guys telling you all about them and telling you their philosophy and stuff like that are basically people putting stuff into your head that really you should be letting into your head as a photographer or an artist on its own. So it's your mind placing the stuff. You don't need to be told. So that's another thing. So I'm a bit different, you guys. If you're still watching this and you go back and watch a lot of my other videos, I'm a bit different. I'm not like all these other guys or these influencers that need to be famous and that walk in front of the camera with their feet and go on these excursions and show you one photo. It's like, where's the rest of the row, right? I show the whole rows. I show my mistakes. I love photography. I love photography. Once I get this whole upstairs now moved and put together, you're going to see the display of cameras that I actually shoot for this video, and we're probably hitting close to 100 cameras plus the lenses. So other people when I first started have seen a lot of the cameras I shoot. I love photography. That's all there is to me. There's always cameras near. There's always cameras near. Look at here. Look. Sorry about the noise. Zeiss Icon Katina. Voigtlander Videomatic 2A. Over there, there's a box full of old Kodak cameras from all different types of years and purposes, and all the way. Gosh, I got an Olympus OM1. I got an Olympus M1. I got an Olympus Pen F with the original light meter that works. So I got a Zeiss Contax 2A with some lenses. I shoot a lot of cameras. So blah blah blah. I'm really basically a really devout Nikon guy. So I'll say Nikon. And hope I didn't bore you too much. See you guys later, right? Hang in there. See you tomorrow. Let's hope I loaded the film right this time. Oh my God, is that ever funny? See you guys. Take care. This is cool.